Welcome students to this e-learning lecture. As you know that we have already finished with the poem Song of the Open Road. Uh, but today we are going to discuss about the brainstorming, means the activities which are given at the back of the poem. Those activities we are going to discuss. Now, before we begin to discuss these activities given on page number 95, I will just paraphrase that poem. Paraphrase means Saransh. The Song of the Open Road, which is on page number 94. If you have textbooks, you can open. I'll just paraphrase that poem. The poem is in the voice of the poet, ready to start on a journey. It is a dramatic monologue. The speaker speaks about his readiness to begin his journey. He is open minded, prepared to face the problems that he may come across. The journey is metaphorical for the journey of life. The poet is confident that he has the freedom to choose his own path. He does not feel good luck must favor him. He will work hard and make his dream come true. It is then not a question of luck but hard work. He is no longer going to complain or delay. He will now put his plans into action. He is no longer going to sit and complain doing nothing. He will stop finding excuses for postponing. He feels he is strong enough to meet all the problems of life that may come in his way. The earth is enough to provide for his needs. He does not need destiny or a lucky star to help him. He is sure he can manage his life's journey. Then constellation refers to powerful people. He says he does not need powerful people to help him to progress. The last four lines of the poem, we call it parenthesis. That is, meaning is afterthought. It is a self confession that he has got problems, but he has no complaints. He says that he carries old burdens. He calls them delicious burdens. That is his attachments and relationships. He will not get rid of them. He will carry them wherever he goes. So this is a paraphrase of that poem. Then we begin to the next that slide, brainstorming. That is on page number 95 of your textbooks. Now see activity 1. Pick out the lines showing that the poet is prepared to enjoy every moment of his journey. So you have to go through the poem and find out the lines that show that the poet is prepared, he is ready to enjoy every moment of his journey, that is journey of life. Now the very first line, see, afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road. So this can be the line which shows that the poet is ready to start his journey. The next line, healthy free world before me. That is one more line we can write there. And third, strong and content, I travel the open road. So all these lines show that the poet is prepared to enjoy the journey of life. So from the poem, if you find more lines, you can write there in activity 1, that is first. Then second, by old delicious burdens, the poet means what? There are 4 options given. What is the meaning of that? Old delicious burdens. One is the luggage, the second, the food he carries, the third is the stress he bears during the travels, and fourth, sweet memories of the past. Now, here the fourth option I think is correct. That is the sweet memories of the past. Then, third question in activity 1, the poet is a person who is free from all inhibitions. Inhibitions. Inhibitions means feeling that makes oneself conscious and unable to act in a natural way. I repeat, feeling that makes oneself conscious and unable to act in a natural way. So, discuss how the concept of freedom is expressed in the poem. Now, the answer can be written like this. I'll just give the example. The poet is about to embark means start on a trip, or we can say journey. Nobody can stop him or restrict him. He says he is ready to start his journey on foot, light hearted. He is physically and mentally fit. He is ready to follow his dream and destination. He does not depend on good fortune because his destiny is in his hands and he is good fortune himself. So, this way we can write the answer of that third activity. Then, next, A2. Following are the activities of the poet related to his journey on the road. Divide them into 2 parts. So we have to divide these sentences into 2 parts. That is, the activities the poet will practice and the activities he will not practice. Okay. So you have to make 2 columns and then you divide that. The first one, see, walking along the road, though he does not know where it reaches. Okay, this activity he is going to practice. Then second, complaining about the discomforts during the journey. So this sentence, B sentence, will come in the next column, that is activities he will not practice. Then C, postponing his journey. So this activity again he will not going to practice. Praying for good fortune. Again, this activity the poet is not going to practice. Then carrying the fond memories of good people. Okay, this activity is going to practice in his life. Then creating contacts with famous and influential people. No, this activity is not going to practice. Then striving to achieve high and bright success. Again, he is going to practice it, trying to achieve high and bright success. Next, reflecting and developing his own self. Then again, H, that is, he will practice. He will try to develop himself. So in this, you have to make 2 columns and then activities he will practice and the activities the poet will not practice. That way you have to bifurcate it. The next, write down the traits the poet exhibit through the following lines. One is done for you. Traits means characteristics or qualities. First, A. Henceforth, I ask for no good fortune. I myself am good fortune. Now, what does this trait exhibit or show? That is given self-confidence. That line shows that the poet is self-confident. B. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. What does this show? What does this line exhibit? Positive and self-reliant. That line shows the poet is positive and self-reliant. Then C. I do not want the constellations any nearer. Constellations means famous people, influential people. So that line shows independent and self-assured. In front of that line, you have to write independent and self-assured. Then D, I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. What does this line show? It shows clear thinking. In front of that line, you write clear thinking. Then last, I am filled with them, I will fill them in return. What does this line exhibit? What does this line show? It shows honest. The poet is honest and aware about himself. Then next, healthy free the world before me. Express your views regarding the above line. So such type of questions may come in your board exam. So this is a personal response type question. This question's answer is to be written in 5 to 6 lines in your own simple English. I'll just give example. What is the meaning of that line? The poet is about to start life's journey. He is mentally and physically fit. He feels strong enough to meet challenges he may have to face. His attitude is positive, hopeful, as he says, the world before me. Therefore, we can say that he is ready to make use of opportunities the world provides without any complaint or delay. He can make any dream come true. So this way you can write the meaning of that line, that is healthy free the world before me, in this way. Just example, you can write in your own English. Then activity 3, page 96 of your text. The poet has used many describing words such as healthy in this poem. Now make a list and classify them as. The first word is given there. For the world. What describing word is used by the poet for the world, for the line world? So the word used is sufficient. So in front of that, for the world, you write sufficient. Then B, for himself. For himself, light-hearted, healthy, free, good fortune. All these describing words are used by the poet for himself. Okay. Then for the road, what words are used? Describing words. Open, long brown path, in this way. So this type of question may come in this board exam. So I request all of you that whatever activities are given at the back of the text or poem, you try to solve them. And if you have any problem regarding any activity, you can contact us on the WhatsApp group. Then next, A4, read the expressions old delicious burdens. That is there in your poem. A burden cannot be delicious. Burden means pressure. The poet has used this combination of words to express that he has many sweet memories of the people and places which he would like to remember forever. the poet has used seemingly contradictory expressions. So if you read these words, delicious burdens, these are contradictory expressions. Contradictory means opposite. To convey the meaning that his heart is full of sweet memories of good and kind people. Though he wants to be free from any type of attachment, he wants to cherish these sweet memories in his heart forever. Now, the expression contains opposite ideas that you know that make it seem absurd or unlikely. Although it may be true, this is called paradox. Okay, the figure of speech used by the poet in that line, old delicious burdens, is paradox. So there are many figures of speech which we are going to see in my next lectures. Now again I'll simplify this. Paradox is a poetic device. Device means instrument. So there are many types of figures of speech: simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, repetition, paradox, then synecdoche. All these are the figures of speech. They are called poetic devices. The poet used these figures of speech or poetic devices in order to make the poem more attractive, more interesting. So that is the device. Figure of speech is a poetic device. Now here paradox is a poetic device which is defined as a statement contradicting itself. Now for example, see, old delicious burdens. Now delicious is not a pleasant word. Sorry, delicious is a pleasant word. Delicious is a pleasant word, but burden reminds something unpleasant. Okay, so delicious is pleasant, burden is unpleasant word. So these words are contradictory. These two words used by the poet in the same line are contradictory, or we can say they are opposite. That's why it is paradox. Okay. Then one more here question is there. The road in the poem does not mean only the road to travel. It is metaphorical. Okay. Song of the open road. Now the road word used in the title or in the poem does not mean only the road to travel. The poet wants to suggest the road of life. Explain the metaphor with the help of the poem. So here I will explain how this road can also be used to the road of life. Now here road is compared to the journey of life. So it is a metaphor. There is comparison. So the answer can be written like this. If we want to go on a journey, we plan so many things to make the trip enjoyable. We want to enjoy the scenes, meet people. Sometimes we may face problems, but we complete the trip and return home. But life itself is a journey. In our life, we have family, friends, etc. We don't know what will happen next. We remember pleasant as well as sad moments. We work hard to get success, face failures sometime, so life goes on. So, in both a trip or in life, our attitude is important as to how we make the journey successful. We must be positive. We may face good or bad situations, but we must be strong and confident to face anything in life. So that is the answer which I have discussed. That is the second. The road in the poem means what? What is the metaphorical meaning? So in this way, we can write the answer to that particular line. Then we will stop here. In my next lecture, we will discuss about the free verse. What is free verse, blank verse? Then we will also go through figures of speech which are used in the poem, as well as uh, appreciation of the poem.